The old man desired revenge for his deceased daughter and directly pushed the female murderer into the box. After that, he opened the valve, and a black liquid slowly flowed out, completely submerging the corpse in seconds. He completely submerged it and, to hide his crime, dragged the carpet over it. Once these tasks were completed, he pretended to reappear on the road. His actions caught the attention of the thieves, who noticed that the old man was blind. The three of them immediately decided to raid the old man's house at 3 a.m. tomorrow. They first threw the sausage with sleeping pills, if nothing happened. The old man's only bodyguard would fall into a peaceful sleep, and soon they would arrive in front of the entrance and wish to use the remote control for deactivation on the house's alarm system. However, they never thought the remote control was broken. Suddenly, the female thief discovered another exit and then used a hammer to break the window, leveraging her physical advantages to stealthily enter the house and quickly deactivate the alarm. Next, she helped her companions, opening the door and making no noise. He sent everything to the most valuable place in the house. After starting to search for valuable items and several hours of searching, he found nothing and was alone. While the man snuck into the old man's room, he used homemade anesthetic to knock him out, but unexpectedly, the old man woke up in surprise and the thief was taken aback. He almost wet his pants, standing by the bed and unable to move an inch. However, the old man had just gotten up to turn off the TV. Waiting for the old man to fall asleep again, the man finally managed to get hold of the bottle of medicine. He was able to do so and slowly opened the lid. After all the tasks were completed, he hurriedly began to rummage through the shotgun, immersed in self-satisfaction. At this moment, the girl pointed at the closed door, and the man skillfully pulled out tools from his pocket and aimed for the door lock. He began to work on it, but the key was like a stone. The man felt extremely insulted and directly. The man next to him completely panicked as he drew the gun from his pocket. If they used the gun, it would change the nature of the robbery. If they were caught by the owner, he could legally kill them without question. There would be no legal consequences, but no matter how much his companions tried to stop him, the man remained completely unfazed. He pointed the gun directly at the water jug for silencing and fired a shot before his companions panicked. He fired a shot at the doorknob in front of him. Seeing the man's insane actions, one of the men tried to escape out of fear, but as the man opened the door to the room, suddenly, the old man appeared next to them and noticed them. At that moment, the man was holding a gun. Relying on that, he continued to shout loudly, threatening the old man to hand over the money, but the man didn't know that the old man in front of him was someone who feared death. Yet the thief remained oblivious until death. This fool had once been a special forces soldier for 30 years. The thief became a dried corpse next to the young girl, filled with fear, stepped back, trembling, and hid in the cupboard to pray for the old man. Ignoring the pain in the old man's heart, the girl couldn't make a sound. Meanwhile, another tried to leave but turned back and nearly brushed past the old man. Suddenly, he stopped, feeling as if he had discovered something, and crouched down. Upon investigation, he realized he had stepped on broken glass, and the man reacted. Before he could respond, the old man turned back, clutching the board, while the robber hurriedly gasped for breath. The old man, repairing the window, was staring intently at the robber who quickly hid under the sink while killing time. After waiting for him to finish everything, she approached the female robber, who was staring intently at him. At first, he thought he noticed her presence, but it was unexpected. He opened a hidden panel inside the cupboard, revealing a safe before him. What he didn't know was that all of his actions were closely observed by the female murderer. She was distracted by this when he left, and the male robber rushed over to her. However, she could not resist because she learned the old man's secret. Unable to wait any longer, she opened the safe and put all the old man's money into a bag. This shocked male thief A, and when the two tried to leave, his eyes widened. The female thief stood there in a daze. In reality, the old man had come back to dispose of the corpse and did not get found by him. They tried not to move, but they retreated little by little. The old man pulled the body. Suddenly, a robber stepped on the old, rotten floorboards, catching the old man's attention. He raised his gun, slowly crossing the line of sight of the two. They thought they would die here, but lucky for them, a phone call saved their lives. As the old man slowly dragged the body, the female thief finally found the courage to open the basement door, while the old man had just finished disposing of the body. It seems he had just completed it and sensed a smell, following it. While following, he discovered not only the thick skin of the man but also the woman's high heels. It was clear that this incident was not the work of just one person. He hurriedly acted. He ran into the room and opened the safe, only to realize that all his years of savings were gone. Furious at their disappearance, he vowed to smash the remaining robbers' bones to pieces. And on the other side, they felt a chill run down their spines at the sight before them. In this cold, damp basement, another woman was being held captive. To escape quickly, the man dragged the female thief, not caring about anyone else. Just then, as the two left, the woman turned back and took a sheet of paper from the cupboard. Faced with the woman's desperate plea, the female thief decided to lend a hand. Unexpectedly, it was revealed that the woman had been the driver in the accident that killed the old man's child. Seeing this unfortunate woman, they decided to take her with them. They made the decision to escape with her. Then the woman pointed into the distance and said the key was inside that corpse. Suddenly, footsteps mixed with the music. In that moment, the female thief realized she had been spotted by the old man, saving time. They hurried to free the woman's hands and followed her instructions to the basement. They quickly headed to the only exit, but they realized that the door was already locked. Fortunately, they finally obtained the key. It was just in time, so they hurried to try to unlock it. After several gunshots, the woman was hit by bullets one after another and fell instantly. The thieves escaped from the scene amid the chaos, but the old man showed an unusual amount of anguish upon hearing the news of the woman's death. Hearing this news, he displayed an abnormal level of distress, which caused the thieves, perplexed by the sight of the old man in a rage, carefully secured the escape key. The two locked themselves in and could no longer wait for death. Rin fled to the first floor. When they had finished sealing the entrance with a crowbar, something even more terrifying happened. A dog was standing in the hallway, watching their every move. In that moment, both of them were unable to move. They hurriedly fled and unconsciously jumped into one room. Afterwards, they used the closet to block the door, thinking they could escape. However, all the windows were also sealed, leaving them no time to hesitate outside. Suddenly, gunshots rang out. Faced with an emergency situation, the female thief quickly opened the vent and headed inside, crawling 2 meters. The old man, having no time to crawl, broke down the door. At that moment, the pipe inside had the female thief crawling down to a joint, something she never expected. What she didn't realize was that a dog had also entered, following her scent. The panicked female thief daringly jumped down, creating a loud noise. When the female thief who caught the old man's attention crawled up again, she hurriedly continued along the pipe. Seeing the exit in front of her, she kicked it open with all her strength. After kicking it open, when the female thief woke up again, she was bound just like before. Even though the female thief, bound like the other woman, desperately pleaded, the old man remained unmoved. She watched as he slowly approached the dead woman, having told everything about capturing her. Before she had a chance to scream, the old man hoisted her up high. He hung her high and then tore the girl's pants. It had just begun. She thought it was just starting, but unexpectedly, this criminal pulled out a self-made bottle with a ladle and ruler inside. She took out a bit from the bottle and was preparing artificial insemination for the girl. The girl, filled with fear, screamed, but as the old man approached, the girl became desperate. In reality, the young man was still alive. The moment he untied her ropes, she rushed at the old man for revenge without hesitation. The expired yogurt was brought, and in a frenzied manner, they attacked continuously. They didn't forget to bring the bottle and poured it directly into the old man's throat to let him taste this. They intended to restrain the old man to vent their own inner anger. They were supposed to be safe and escape quickly, but unexpectedly, an accident occurred. When the girl saw her comrade fall, she thought unexpectedly. She intended to take decisive action, grabbing the remote control to trigger the alarm. After that, she picked up the span, and after dealing with the old man, she collected the money on the floor. She left without forgetting to pick up the money, but she did not expect. The news reported again that the old man acted in self-defense and eliminated 2 intruders last night. Furthermore, the police stated that he had not lost any property at his home. If it's not done,